What's up, YouTube? Team Continental Breakfast again, coming at you with a new deck profile for a new game me and all my friends have been starting. It's DBZ. I've actually been a fan of the series ever since I was a little kid, and when I heard there was a card game coming out again for it, I got pretty excited, so I built, as you can see, Red. You'll see the character in a second. Now the Red Mastery is infinite ability. Whenever you do a critical damage effect, you raise your anger 1. And then whenever you advance a personality level, you draw a card and then discard 1. Or when you lower a personality level, you get to draw a card. And there are some cards in Red that can lower your personality level, like Red Jump Kick. They lower both your you and your opponent's personality level. But I don't play a lot of those cards because I want to win by MMPV as fast as I can. So, yeah, that's the Red Mastery. And Vegeta is my personality. I love Vegeta. He's always been my favorite character ever since he was a villain. I mean, some people hated him. I loved him. I've been on Team Vegeta ever since I saw his character development all the way through Frieza and the Cell Saga and the Majin Buu Saga. So, and a lot of people don't play Red Vegeta, they play Saiyan Vegeta. I can see why, but I like Red Vegeta better. His level 1 personality is infinite. Your attacks gain hit, raise your anger 1 level. So you can get him to level 2 pretty fast. Level 2 for Vegeta, he has a physical attack, and it says hit, your attacks that raise your anger deal +1 stage and +1 life card of damage. So that can be really good at, like, if you're going to go in for this physical attack, you can start it off right off the bat and bait out a block, and then all your other attacks are going to go through or something. Level 3 Vegeta. Your attacks that raise your anger deal 3 power stages and 3 life cards of damage. Wow. That's almost an auto crit every time one of your attacks hits. So that's pretty good. Level 4 Vegeta is actually pretty interesting. He's pretty cool. He has a physical attack, damage AT plus 6 stages, and then you lower your anger 1 level to draw a card. Now, it doesn't say you can lower your anger level 1, you have to. So you're automatically lowering your anger level 1 to draw a card. So I want to say use that effect sparingly, because you want to win by MMPV with this deck really fast. I do play one ally, it's Zarbon. Villains only, it's an infinite effect, and after you take damage from a physical attack, you can raise a player's anger level 1. Now that's really good because a lot of the decks nowadays, most of them do play physical attacks, like Saiyan. So whenever I take damage, you're just giving me anger, so I can level up faster and hit my MMPV faster. I play 2 Dragon Balls, which are, in my opinion, the best out of the 7. Dragon Ball 3 and Dragon Ball 5. Now what 3 does, right here, it just says draw 3 cards, place 2 cards from your hand at the bottom of your life deck, raise or lower a player's anger 1 level. Now, if you play Yu-Gi-Oh!, it's basically a graceful charity. And Dragon Ball 5 is you gain 5 stages, raise your anger level 1, draw a card and rejuvenate it. So you +1, you +2 off the rejuve, and then you get an anger. I play 1 drill. I know, like, why is he playing a drill in Red? But this is a pretty good drill. It's your attacks deal +X life cards of damage. X equals your current anger level. So I can get off another +3. Alright, on to some of the events. I play an automatic time. Red Observation. It's basically for blue and anybody that plays allies and stuff, like orange or drills too. It's a board clear. One of my friends told me a little loophole with this card. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I'll ask him next time. And then we have 2 Red Blazing Aura. This actually just makes your opponents have -3 stages and minus life cards of damage on all the attacks that they do to you. And then the mandatory 2 Visiting the Past, because if you're on the defensive, you can actually activate this, draw a card, because you only have 1 card in your hand before you draw, and then you actually have 5 cards in your hand. so it's pretty good. I play 2 red blaze setups. If I'm looking for a third one, this is pretty good. It raises your anger level 1, you rejuvenate 2, and you can use a crit, so you automatically get a 2 anger off of it. Well, these are setups, by the way, I'm sorry. So you kind of have to play them into play first. Red Blazing Rage, you get your anger 1 level, and your attacks deal +1 life cards of damage, and your opponent can't use endurance. That's really good because you always want to be critting. You want to crit everywhere on everything. And next I play 3 Red Escape. I wasn't playing this card at first because I didn't read it correctly. I read you cannot win by MMPV this in it, and I just never played it. I didn't realize it says you can't win by MMPV the turn you play this card. Now, after I read that, I'm like, wow, this is really good. We're in energy combats, by the way. This is an energy block. This stops an energy attack, and you raise your MP1 personality level. So that means your mastery goes off, you draw a card and discard 1. Then at the end of the combat, you lower that personality level. So that means at the end of combat, you automatically go +1. So that's pretty good. So you essentially go +2 in a turn. And then I play 3 red energy shields. It's an energy block. You just stop an energy attack and you raise your personality to its highest power stage. And then I play 3 red defensive stance. I play 9 energy blocks in total, which isn't that bad. This has endurance too. A lot of red doesn't have endurance, surprisingly. And the new DBZ set, like just recently came out, I want to say in March, they have a lot more endurance now. This stops an energy attack and you raise your anger level 1. If you haven't figured out by now, red is all about playing with personalities and playing with anger. And because I run Vegeta, I have 3 Vegeta's Gatling guns. This is really good because damage from it can't be prevented, so your opponent can't use endurance on it. You raise your anger level 1, and if it hits, I believe you get, it does 6 life cards of damage, so it can't be prevented, so you're automatically criticaling. And it says if you critical a damage with this attack, you may use 2 critical effects. So you can get up to 3 anger off of this card alone. And then I run 3 Enraged Blast. This is just good because it's an energy attack, and it does 4 life cards, which is pretty good, and it just raises your anger level 2 for free. And then I play Red Heating Beams because it allows me to draw a card when I lower my anger levels 2. I don't run it for the attack, I run it for the draw ability. And then I play 2 Red Surrounding Beams. I would play a third if I had it. This does, you damage 5 life cards, and then you raise your anger level 1. And then if you advance a personality level with this card, it can't be blocked. So I like to set on level 3 Vegeta with it. Use it, advance, they can't block. It's pretty good. Energy Blast is good. If I had a third, I'd run it. Again, I'll usually see a lot of 2-0s in this deck because I don't have the third. It's an energy attack, it damages 4 life cards, and you raise your anger level 1, and you get to banish a driller ally. So that's really good against, like, blue. Red Static Shot. I wasn't playing this card until one of my buddies, Pete, told me to. He said that it's 5 life cards. So you crit if they don't use endurance right off the bat. And your opponent cannot use endurance on my style of attacks this combat. I believe that includes this card, because it doesn't say your other style of attacks this combat. And if it hits, it raises your anger level 2. Red Left Bolt. Again, if I had the third, I'd play it. They cost 3 stages, damages 5 life cards, and all the damage from it is banished. So you auto-crit because it can't use endurance because everything's getting banished anyway. And you get to draw the bottom card of your life deck. So you can do some legal stacking there in terms of rejuvenation. With this card, Red Duck. We're in physical combat now, guys. It's endurance 2, stops a physical attack, and you rejuvenate X. X equals your anger. So you can rejuvenate, draw the card you want off Red Left Bolt, and then go on with your day and be happy. 2 more cards I play. Physical blocks. Red Catch. Stop a physical attack. Banish X cards from your opponent's discard pile. X equals your anger level. This is the better of the physical blocks for red. Red blocking hand. What you do is you raise your anger level 2 and gain 2 stages. It's a physical block. Now, this is a good card coming up, Red Shattering Leap. It stays in combat for up to 2 turns if it's not blocked. It does AT plus 4, which is ridiculous. It doesn't matter, you're doing plus 4 no matter what. And it stays in combat again to be used. Play 3 red double strike. This is really good because it just does AT stages. That's not the good part. The good part is it gains you an anger and it gets used again in the same combat. So you get plus 2 anger off of it. Red Shoulder Grab. Arguably the best card red has. It's a physical attack, AT plus 3 stages. And you raise your anger level 1. And then for remainder of combat, all your attacks deal crit. So what happens is you play this and then you play red double strike. And then you get up to 3 anger and all of your attacks crit. And then I like to play Red Right Cross. It's really good. It's a physical attack. Costs 4 stages, AT plus 4, and then you raise your anger level 2. The only bad thing about it is that it costs 4 stages to play. I overlooked this card, actually, until, again, one of my buddies, Pete, told me to play it. Red Lightning Slash. It's a physical attack, does 18 stages, and you raise your anger level 1 off the bat. That's before the hit effect. And it says hit, you can lower your anger level 2 to destroy all your opponent's allies or all of his drills. So it's just another good thing for blue and orange to get over. It's like your second and third red observation almost, except it doesn't hit setups. And then the last physical combat I play, last 2 cards of the deck, Red Power Rush. This is really good. I like that it has Gohan on it too. Sorry if the camera keeps going in and out, guys. What you do with this is you banish it after use. It's a physical attack, damage AT plus 3. That's pretty good, but that's not why I'm playing it. The effect after is raise your anger 1 level, and if you have 3 or more anger, so that includes the anger you get off of this, it says this attack cannot be stopped or have its damage prevented by physical combat cards. Now I know blue does run one card where it's like stop an attack, or they can block. They have an energy block that blocks a physical attack. It's really weird. That's the one downside of this card. It says it can't be stopped by physical combat cards. So if you're playing a deck that has one weird energy card that blocks a physical combat, that's the only way around this. But it's a pretty good card. So tell me what you think, guys. Red Vegeta. I've been playing it for a while. I love it. And I got a little Krillin token here. Yep. Team Countdown on Breakfast. Again, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.